Welcome back, everyone, and good morning on this beautiful Friday. See what the weather's doing on the 27th. It's going to be clear and sunny. Alright. So, with that, we had a good day yesterday of just fishing. We were able to complete one of the community center bundles, finally. So that'll be just a welcome addition to the valley. So yeah, we will get these going and check our mail and head off to the mines for some more fishing. Mate, you're so lucky I found you last night. You were unconscious and someone was searching your pockets. I have no idea how much money they took. They ran away as soon as I approached. Be more careful, Linus. Yeah, that was entire, just complete negligence on my part. But 10% of 4,000 isn't too bad, so yeah, hopefully tonight we can make it to bed at a reasonable time. Holy cow. So yeah, we will throw the furnace there. And I will cut away to once crops are all watered. We have everything set up for the day. So I will see you in a minute. And welcome back, everyone. As you can see, or as I said, we're going to go fishing in the mines today. But first, let's head down to the traveling cart and see what they have going on. And after that, I guess we're going to stop over at Pierre's and pick up that pomegranate sapling. So hopefully we can, hopefully we can get the pomegranate sapling in the ground and have some pomegranates by fall. Maple syrup, no point in buying that. We have one of those being tapped. Rhubarb seeds. So these are a very interesting item. Do not buy them from her. I would just be patient. First off, I mean, we can't even grow them because they take 13 days to grow. But do never buy these from this lady. This is roughly what they're going to cost you at the desert. But it's very different because you can buy them in bulk at the desert. Because I think they cost 400 a pack. I might be wrong. And then you actually have to pay money to get to the desert. But we'll get into that later. Orange we don't need. Winter seeds, that's silly. Albacore, we can catch that later. And the only thing I'd even be slightly tempted to buy would be this. But we don't need that because we have one of those. So off to Pierre's to give him our green beans, which always remind me of of peas. So my family, growing up, we kind of had we didn't have like a sustenance farm, but we had a farm that grew like fresh fruits or not fruits, sorry. We never lived in an area that could really support fruits. But we, like a veggie farm. So we had like sweet peas, we had beans, we had pumpkins and squash and stuff like that come out of the ground. Well, I take that back actually because the strawberry is a fruit. So we did have some like fruits and raspberries and stuff like that. And so whenever I see this, it reminds me of peas in a pod. And I'm probably one of the only people that would say this, but I actually like the pod that the peas are in more than I like the peas themselves. I don't know why that is, but yeah. So growing up, we'd pull the peas off the pea plant, and sorry, I don't know why I was. Well, I do know why. I was double checking that I wasn't like gonna buy something stupoid, since well, I was talking. I just didn't want to distract myself from the prize there. But yeah, so we pull the peas off their pea plant, and instead of shucking the peas out of the pod, I just eat the whole peas inside their pod. And I don't know why that is, but like it was always my parents that told us that we could do that. And so that's kind of an oddity with that. Wow, we leveled up our foraging. Not really expecting to do that. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on floor 20. And we're specifically going to try to catch the stonefish. Oops. So it's going to be rather difficult to catch. It's not a very common catch. It's not very difficult, but yeah, we're mostly going to be getting these things here, these white algae and trash. So when you get the quest that requires you to catch as much trash as possible, I always come here to catch it. But I think that by the time we get that quest, we're going to have the next fishing area unlocked. And so I think I would prefer to do it there. Because it's more likely we'd get cave jelly in the next place that we don't have unlocked yet that you can fish in the caves. And that area is floor 80. So, sorry, I was trying to figure out if I actually wanted that box or not. There we go. Alright. Well, we got a ghost fish. Great. And rice shoots, yeah. Nothing too valuable there. Yeah, we will not stop until we catch the stonefish and the ice pip. And we might even go for 2 stonefish, just so I can sell one. Or maybe even a few. We'll have to see. I have this delusion that I'm going to get a fish pond of all the rare fish. And by rare fish, I don't mean the legendary fish, because there is a difference. So, rare fish in this game are fish like stonefish, ice pip, scorpion fish, crimson carp. Actually, sorry, it's not crimson carp, it's crimson salmon, and that one might be a legendary fish, actually. I might need to look that one up. But yeah, so, and then legendary fish. There are certain ones in every area, in every season. And I don't really have the fishing skill to go after it. Wow, we actually caught one of those. This is a very interesting item. To describe it, it increases your luck if you eat it. But it is also very useful in making dehydrators, so we will try to stockpile a bunch of those. And usually the best place to go to catch those is, once again, floor 80. But it is also one of the worst areas to catch those. So I was not planning on running into one of those yet. Nice. And there is our stonefish. I don't think we have to ship that fish. I think we just have to catch it. Yeah, we do. So yeah, we will keep him for later on in the year. Oops. Don't know why I went down the stairs. I had to go here. And now, let's try to catch that ice pip. If we catch this, then we made some really good progress today. A lot more than I was planning on making, that's for sure. But yeah, these fish are rare, and they're something that I kind of like challenging myself to catch as early on as I can. Now, obviously, I'm a higher fishing level than earlier on. Wow, that's 2 of those. Today must be a lucky day. Maybe I should have went mining today. This is probably the ice pip. And yeah, it's gonna get away. What is my fishing level? 6. And I don't have anything to increase fishing levels, so it's just gonna be kind of difficult to get. This might be another one. Nope, ghost fish. Well, that's okay. I will take another ghost fish. So ghost fish are kind of odd. They're not really a valuable fish. They're kind of like the cave's equivalent of a carp. I might smoke them. I might smoke one of them just to kind of see what I get. But they're not at all really worth pursuing after you have the one you need for the community center. And as I said, I wasn't really planning on trying to catch one for say. I more or less was, well, going for the legendary fish. I was more planning on getting the ghost fish as just kind of a casual drop from the ghosts. Or later on in the year when I was going for the more challenging of the fish. that you can catch in the mine. So yeah. But yeah, so there are legendary fish, and they can be caught at different parts of the year. But then after that, there's legendary part 2 fish. So there's 2 types of legendary fish, and rare fish and legendary fish should not be confused. The special fish bundle at the community center is a good place to look if you want to see what counts as rare. But I don't know if I'd really call the ones there rare. I mainly just call them niche. Because, like, the pufferfish is really the only one that I'd call rare. And it's just because it's kind of picky as to what you need to do to get it. But we will go into that once it... Oops, I did not mean to cast. I accidentally double-clicked there. But yeah, we will go into that once we get to that point. Because right now, it doesn't really matter too much, I guess you could say. Like, it does. But as far as, like, things to be concerned about in the spring, it's not one that I put on my list at all. Yeah, and then the white algae is better than green algae. It will become a drop from certain enemies later on. I don't know if you can actually get it in the mines. I think you just get it later on in the story. And it's also an item that you'll fish up anytime you're fishing the caves. You don't tend to catch it outside the caves, I've noticed. I don't even know if it's possible. But it's, yeah, it's just a better energy item than green algae. Still not that great. You can actually make a dish with the white algae once you have a kitchen. And it's called the pale broth. So that's interesting. It's another item that I don't think we really have to ship, but you never know. If I do, I guess we'll be shipping it at that point. Right now, I'm just gonna enjoy it. And hopefully we can catch this ice pip. So, with these rare fish here, the reason you might consider catching them is for the fish ponds. I don't think I'll put the stonefish in the fish pond, even though I was saying that I'd like to put all the rare fish in the fish ponds. And that just kind of comes down to land restrictions. And the stonefish will only give you stone in the fish ponds. Whereas the ice pip will actually occasionally give you iron, which can be rather useful later on. I mean, I don't think that I'll ever have a shortage of iron. It tends to be one of the most common items that I pick up. Which is kind of funny because it's not like... lost my train of thought because of that book. Because it's not like the chump item, I guess. It's not the copper that you get early on in the game. And yeah, and so that book there, Jewels of the Sea, is kind of what makes fishing really good. And why you're going to want to get a preserves jar earlier on in the game. Because Jewels of the Sea, what it does is it gives you a chance when you reel in a treasure chest to also get the roe of the fish that you're catching. And so as you can imagine, it can produce some really rather valuable roe. Which, if you pickle it, you can get some really good value from fishing that you wouldn't see otherwise. And I don't really see a lot of people talk about that, how good Jewels of the Sea actually is as an item. And I'm really glad that they added that, because fishing after you get fishing to level 10 is not something you really do. But with that book, I actually find myself coming back and fishing a little bit more often. And not only that, it makes the legendary fish that much more valuable. Because if you're exceptionally lucky, you can actually catch the legendary fish, get a chest, and get the roe from the fish. And that is the only way that you can get legendary fish roe. Because legendary fish are not fish you can put in the pond. Only the rare fish. So rare fish and below you can put in a pond. But legendary fish you can only put in a fish tank or cell. So it's one of those things that it's really cool. But at the same time, it's not very likely that it will happen. Because, I mean, I don't know how lucky I was today. Apparently, I was pretty lucky today and yesterday, even though the spirits weren't in a bad mood yesterday. Because I have managed to catch, I'd say, a decent amount of treasure chests. And so, with that being the case, like, it's really not a bad investment to get earlier on in the game. But the only way that I've seen that you can get it is from a treasure chest. There might be another way, but that way might be locked behind actually getting it from the treasure chest in the first place. Excuse me, holy cow. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm sure my future self will put something on the screen if I'm wrong. I do tend to do a pretty good job of that, so. Good job editing self. But yeah, and so I don't know if we're going to catch the ice pip. That might have been the only chance we got. And I missed it right at the beginning. So I'm going to cast one last time. If we get... Oops. Alright. This is the last time I'm casting. If we get lucky, great. If not, well, we'll have to do it again when we're going for the next... Oh, we got it. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I'm going to be a little quiet for this. Come on, you... Bugger, come on. Ah, shoot. Well, you can't win them all. So, yeah, that is the ice pip. We'll have to come back when our fishing bar is a little bit bigger. But I'm really happy that we caught the stonefish. And as you saw there, those minecarts go everywhere, including right here, meaning that you can kind of zip around town really efficiently. And it's why, in my opinion, is one of the best upgrades to get. Now, obviously, it's locked behind one of the more annoying aspects, I guess you could say, of the game. And so because of that, you usually don't get it early on. But yeah, so I am really happy with this haul. We will put you there, reorganize everything. Guess we'll grab out some coal, and I guess we will smoke these. As I said, I don't know if these are necessarily worth smoking. I'm gonna put you aside. I don't want to accidentally cook you. And yeah, let's head down here to our down to our trees. I'm gonna make a couple of torches. Kind of being driven crazy by my lack of lighting here. So yeah, we'll head over here. Drop one there, maybe. I think eventually I'm gonna... Oops. You know what? That looks okay. I think I'm gonna go on a beautification campaign. And, Try to make my little farm area a little bit nicer. So I think the torches actually do affect these things' ability to grow, so I'm not going to put torches there yet. Yeah, I'm going to put you there. I do not want to put you to the left and right. I'm probably going to be moving that as well at some point. Yeah, I am slightly annoyed at my lack of light here. Yeah, so let's offload these guys. Offload that. Oops. Put all those away. Put all those away. And we're gonna get to bed. I'm not gonna sell that. Oh crap. Well, you know what? At least we don't have to pay the fee. So I did do a little bit better today. But with that, oh, we leveled up. So we're gonna pick Gatherer. And with that, let's see what we made. Yeah, that's what I thought. These guys don't sell for too much. 112 a pop's not anything too great, but I'll take it. We're going to end today off, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. This has been Mate Sipper. Bye.